What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's get into it. Now, everyone remembers what happened with Wendy Williams and Method Man, or they should at least remember a little bit of it. Now, Method Man and Wendy Williams had a not so kind feud going on based on the fact that they knew people that knew each other, like people where she hung out at. She was at the time doing radio and very flirtatious with all the rappers. And the fact that at that time, I never would think Method Man would mess with her on that level because Method Man at that time was real cool with Redman, you know, and this was early on, and at this point, she was making some crazy claims about Eric Sermon. And Eric Sermon and Redman, were tight. And they felt a certain way about that. A lot of people did. So last week, I believe she was with DJ Sus One, who I know through Floyd Mayweather. I've met. That's how I knew Sus One, but I haven't really seen too much from him until this interview popped up. I'm like, where's Sus One? Where do I know him from? And then I remember. I think he produced one of Floyd Mayweather's records where Floyd is actually rapping on the song. Yes, Floyd is rapping on the song. So anyway, they conduct this interview, and in this interview, you can hear. Sorry, I was fixing this. You hear Wendy Williams allude to the fact that Method Man was the one that, you know, she went home with and made a bath for and all that stuff, We've heard it, the clip's been worldwide by now. And she has like a documentary coming up with a biopic movie coming out. And people are like, huh? A lot of people are baffled. And they mainly baffled because of the fact they just can't fathom any of this. They don't know how to gauge it. They don't know where to put it together. They just don't know what's going on. They're just confused. I mean, just literally and utterly confused. So now that everybody's baffled and confused and don't know what's happening, Method Man's wife, 50 Cent, came out and clowned it, man. I mean, that was crazy. That picture he posted with Wendy Williams bent over on the beach. It's like, Meth, what did you have to smoke for that one? So Method Man's wife comes out and she's livid. She has stayed silent all throughout the process. Like all throughout the years, she stayed silent. And Method Man has been married since like 1993, 94, around that time. Like, it's been his wife for a long time, probably even longer. Now, she comes out and said, for years, I've kept my silence while Wendy Williams has launched consistent verbal attacks against my husband, myself, and our family. In the past, I have ignored her lies, innuendos, and blatant attempts to provoke us. But Wendy has proven again and again that she's incapable of any decency. Her obsession with our lives has reached a new low, and I'm tired of taking the high road. Man, she came out swinging. In an obvious attempt to increase ratings for her sad biopic, her struggling TV show, and her burnt out career, Wendy has once again targeted my husband. It's a pattern that she has repeated for years. When I was diagnosed with cancer years ago, Wendy shared my personal medical information with her listeners live on the air during her radio broadcast. She didn't care that she was violating my right to privacy or that I hadn't shared the news of my diagnosis with my family and friends yet. She never apologized. She never expressed any regret whatsoever. Mm, mm, mm. Wow. She said, despite my anger, I chose not to respond publicly to her unhealthy fixation with my husband or our marriage. It was clear that she was sick and that she was struggling with a lot of issues, including self hate and low self esteem. Over the years, those issues have made her increasingly ugly, both inside and out. And no amount of plastic surgery can fix the ugliness inside of her. Instead of using her platform to uplift women, she has spent her career attacking marriages while her own fell apart. She criticized celebrities battling addictions despite her own struggles with substance abuse. There's no limit to how low she will go in the name of making headlines. Can you believe that? Her career is on life support. Her husband has abandoned her, and the ratings for all of her projects are down. She's desperate for attention and is trying to use my husband's popularity as a way to get her name trending. How sad that a woman who once was revered in the entertainment industry has reduced herself to tabloid side notes and circus freak. For the record, my marriage is solid. My husband continues to enjoy a successful career, and Wendy will forever be one of the most miserable bees on the planet. Tamika Smith. Wow. 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 Meth wife came out swinging. Can you believe that? Well, fellas, we got to, look at it the way it is and how it's presented. Mm, mm, mm. Now, when people see that people keep insisting that we were in some type of like twilight zone where this makes sense. We've seen this with women over the years. Like women will fixate on one guy, no matter how many guys in the world come by. A woman will be fixated on one guy that she's never had in her life. She's fixated on wanting to be with that guy. It drives them quite crazy. Women want to be with certain people. meaning that women are driven. A lot of them are driven by men they can't have. You know what I'm saying? They're driven by that. Women want a man they can't have more than somebody who's available for them. That's the problem. We want, well, not we, but women want what they don't think is obtainable. That's how they move. They'll look and say, hmm, she looks happy with him. I need that happiness in my life. Why don't I have that? He must be doing something right. And they want to have that. They want to own it. That's the situation that Wendy seems to be in. Wendy could possibly have some of the baddest dudes in the world. Don't know who they would be, but she has enough money and power to do that. But yet she's fixated on meth. So if that makes any sense to somebody. So anyhow, I'm out. Don't want to take up too much of your time. Just wanted to point that out. Meth wife, pissed off, kicking butt. What y'all think about it? Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the page, all the wonderful things. And I'm out.